Greetings everyone, hello and welcome back to Anno 1800 Extreme. Glad you're still sticking around, glad we're still alive, and we continue onwards with yet another very important milestone. Our first tier 2 ship, the frigate, is about to be finished in, well, 20 seconds to be precise. While this is coming up, we are going to upgrade a few more people. We have 1,700 workers available, and I would like to use this and also a bit of my materials here to upgrade a few more artisans, leading to the city status. With that, a bit more money now on the income side. By the way, bear in mind we are already paying like 125 for the warships and also royal taxes of 1,400, right? So my balance usually is a bit better than this. But of course, well, maintaining a military is not that easy. There it is, Europa it's called. That, of course, is no good name, so let's call it a la Mary. One of my Patreon supporters, hello there, and thank you for your continued contribution. Now, the frigate merges together with my gunboats. Actually, we could also use it right away on an expedition. We should actually do this expedition, right? We got some planks available. We do not have Isabel Sarmento. That means that I will not receive any building materials in the new world. That means that my frigate will also need to provide some building materials. We do have a pantry chef that is providing crafting and force and a huge morale boost. We could also just sell her, but I think in that case it's better to use her for the expedition. For diplomacy wise, medicine and rations, we could use something like the schnapps. So let's go ahead and add some schnapps. This actually gives me the 100%, and with that we would have everything available now. You know what, actually I just realized we could also just use the planks and the steel beams to get the 100% and almost all of the bonuses without having to sacrifice an item here. So this is the better one, and we do need the planks and the steel beams for the settling of islands. And with that, let's start the expedition. Alamari, you're not going to be used for military stuff, rather for the expedition. However, one thing we need to make sure is Alamari is now trying to get to the new world as quickly as possible. However, let's get it to securities there with it, right? So some escorts, and we need to manually get him to the other side now because there's so many enemy islands and I really don't want it to get into any harbor defenses. So we're going to use this channel here to get all the way to the other side of the map. All said and done, at my shipyard I can now commission the next frigate. This one is going to be used then in the current world then for some nice fighting. Alright, there's a gunboat here as we can see, and yep, also what I can see is it kind of like it's just in the way, right? It's fleeing from my frigate. My frigate doesn't even want to chase it. However, once it gets into its broadside of the frigate, it's also getting attacked by it. And that's the cool thing about the frigate. We can attack from two sides and yeah, can fire multiple shots at once, leading to a bit more damage. However, for this one here, I'm going to ignore these ships now, as I really want to get this one here as quickly to the new world as possible. Meanwhile, in Scanlon, let's use my building materials to upgrade a few more people. There you go. It's just a lot of juicy cash coming in right now, sitting at 1,100. Do I have still another idle ship available? First of all, there seems to be some attacking again. No. It's the Admiral. I don't really have a particular ship right now for trading, so I'm going to use one of my gunboats to get the item over there. Archie has a quest for us, a pickup quest that would net us 7,500 coin. And a storm wrecked the delegation's transport and we have to retrieve it. And look at that, how lucky we are. The storm was right in front of Scanlon. Now it could have also been on the other side of the map, which would have led to disaster for us. This time though, we're a bit lucky when it comes to that. Meanwhile, my frigate is at the end of the map and we can now safely say start the expedition, and off it goes right here, leaving the map. The gunboats please stay though in this region. And that's it. We have no longer control over the frigate as it moves now to new waters. My gunboats meanwhile return safely, safe and sound to let's say Archie for now, right? And then we move further. Let's pick up the two cargoes that we have here. So there it is, the frazzled delegates, 2 of them, and get this one here also to Archie. Let's once again make sure that we're not getting into this island's defense here. She has upgraded the harbor, so it's getting a bit more hurtful there. Right now I want to upgrade a few more artisans to unlock us the Clipper and also the Ship of the Lion. That would be possible then. Those are going to be some nice game changers. So let's go ahead and also go with another upgrade. There you go. This should actually lead now to the... Yep, there it is. We might now have the option, or we can decide, do we want to finish that frigate or do we want to cancel it and build a Ship of the Line sooner? I think I'm going with that route. Let's cancel the frigate. We do need 10 more tons of weapons, then we can build the Ship of the Line. In the meantime, let's start with the first Clipper. That is, I think, a bit safer here. We are also continuing, of course, to wreak havoc on Miss Hunt's ships. Unfortunately, this one here is getting into the safety of its harbor area. Nah, just barely not, so we can collect the loot. Where's my third ship, by the way? There should be a third one. Ah, there it is. It's also attacking someone. Let's turn in the quest. Oh, we could also just finish this ship here. Ah, and there we are too close to the harbor defenses. I mean, not really what I can see, but yeah, it's still within.
New orders.
And this one's also going down here. Ah, this is not working. Oh, and there is a frigate. There is a frigate. Miss Hunt has her first frigate. This is going to hurt us a bit. Let's move to the harbor area there as quickly as possible. This is going to hurt us, right? So frigates are extremely powerful against gunboats. Nothing I can do about this for now. With 5 gunboats, I might be able to do the trick then, right? So let's move my 3 gunboats over here. Let's hope that we are not losing one, even though it's looking a bit close. That we might lose this gunboat here, which has some good loot on board, by the way. But it's close to my harbor, so I'm not worrying about it too much, as we can pick it up again. However, look at that.
We're damaged, Admiral.
It's getting really close now to my harbor area, and yet still not really coming back. Take this gunboat here and start the attack. And that schooner probably can continue with its trade route again. It's not able to attack though properly, as it's not with the wind. One volley, there it is. Yeah, it's probably going to destroy it. Alright, it's now within the harbor area, so it will take damage from the harbor cannon. That's a lot of it. Perhaps we can still save that gunboat over there, as this one is taking the hits right now. Let's turn in the quest. That's some coin. Yeah. Oh my goodness. There is just one more HP left here. But she's really determined to take it down. So there it is. And we might still be able now to take down her frigate. These ships are ready, I think. Do we have something on board? No, we don't. Let's get them back home now. We have to use them for the frigate. Yeah, she's going to sacrifice her frigate for that gunboat there. But that's it. That's life. With Miss Hunt.
A ship was destroyed.
Steersman.
Should really go down now. There it is. Let's get the loot back. Definitely will need this. What's going on with that one here? Oh yeah, okay. She has now a few more warships in the region, and we need to be more careful because of that. My gunboats are coming back home. Probably will need a repair crane there. We can unload the goods here. And I will probably also need to double my weapon production. That means a second weapon factory will be needed. And let's just find us a suitable location for this. Yeah, should be possible over here. We do lose a bit of productiveness for the charcoal burner, but that is fine. I can safely raise it by 30% without sacrificing any happiness. And with that, we have a bit more coal coming out of this. How is it possible to have so many gunboats? Miss Hunt, you have some explanation to do? Since iron is so important, I'm inclined to double my iron production now as well. It's going to be a bit expensive, but it's needed. Right now, we still have a... Yeah, it's an equal balance now with the steel because of the second weapon factory, but we do need more steel beams. We do have another iron deposit over there. Let's build an iron mine on it. And I will also... coal mine. Unfortunately, we don't have any coal deposits in Scanlon, nor can I build it on the other islands because we simply do lack the workforce there. We can go ahead and just have the third charcoal burner now finished, right? And also boost them a bit here by probably another 35%. This should lead to a nice surplus of coal now of 2. Very good. And with that, we can build just, 2 more furnaces, to be honest. Let's start with 1. In addition. That gets the job done, getting a bit more steel in, and with that we will be able to afford that next steelworks. However, I might actually be inclined to build it somewhere else. Or should we have it in this area? Oh, let's finish it over there, yep. The third steelworks, so we got 3 of them now working, getting us the steel beams in. They're very important as we will also need to continuously upgrade more people now to artisans for the income. There is my first clipper. It's amazing ship. We can use it right away to replace Nikush. Nikush is at the moment working here for the pigs and planks, and as we can see it is full on both of them, and it's also very slow with that. So what I can do now is I can say get 2 times the pigs and 2 times the planks, and that is doing the scallop just fine. Then Nikush, off you go. It still has some resources on board, so we're going to manually unload them, and the scallop is now on its way getting those resources over. I'm also going to build a second clipper right away because we still do lack some weapons for the ship of the line.
New orders.
That flower trader, by the way, we could also activate once more. It's going to be a bit slow because it's damaged. Yeah, or we're just going to build another clipper then. We do have the materials. Now, the Admiral dropped us a non-functional sea mine. That is not something I need. Let's get my ship back. Meanwhile, on my Swanell Island, I would like to continue a bit with the city expansion, since in Scanlon we are a bit limited right now because of space and also resources. But in Swanell I do have lots of planks, and I would of course like to get us a few more taxpayers in. So we can just finish those blocks here easily. There is also Scallop the Trader now with a lot of resources that we can see here, getting over then to Scanlon. Now what we could do with those people here, we can still boost them of course just fine with the work clothes. We would have then everything in here to upgrade them to workers. And for work clothes you don't really need fertility, you only need to have some sheepies close by. So why not just do this? Oh, wait a second, there is one of my ships under attack. My gunboats are also combined again, all 4 of them. Let's destroy that schooner here. No other frigate yet by Mishant, so we should be fine here. How's this island there looking, by the way? Still undefended. Very good. Let's also have a look at what we found. My expedition also meanwhile requires my attention. That is the expedition to the New World, and that is my frigate. And there's a ship, not a sheep in need of a rescue. However, my own ship is under risk of becoming entangled. We can, however, use a harpoon to tuck them away with my frigate. That's thanks to having a frigate as a ship working on that. And it was a good shot, but there is too little wind to tuck them clear. We will also have to throw them a lifeline. However, this one will cost me planks and steel beams. That is not something I like to do, so let's just rather go and inspire them. However, this was not so successful and we failed. However, we only lose 10% morale. Just for your information, if morale reaches 0, we fail at the expedition. However, I've never really failed on a New World expedition, so I think we're rather safe and I don't want to risk my building materials. Next on the line, we do find some fur coats. How very nice. This could give me a nice boost to my artisans. And then we also find some hops, not something that I would need. Now, we were in the process of getting us some pigs out here in some work cloth in Swanell. We do need around 4 of them already, which is a lot, so that would be around 2 of the framework knitters. However, let's go up and push it up to a potential of 10 that we can then have. And the only thing I really need here then is also some sheep farms, of course. And with that, 5 of them should be golden really, and yeah, we can actually place them like this, side by side. Well, it might not be the safest method, but we have, with that, used all of the rest, the space that we have there, the limited space. We built 3 of them, 3 framework knitters and a warehouse. With that, we have a slight surplus of work cloth. Let's actually stop the work cloth consumption for now. But yeah, we're going to have workers then here soon, more taxes for us, and also we can then with that afford a coal mine that we are going to need. And a coal mine is going to be a perfect replacement for the charcoal burners that we are using. Let's build some more workers and farmers over here then. We probably will need another marketplace and also another pub then for this area. But yeah, I think I'm going to like the idea of upgrading Swanell because it's going to be a plan B city, just in case we do lose Scanlon if that ever happens. Now, the clipper has also arrived with lots of building materials. I actually forgot to unload my pigs, but there it is. And we also have now all the resources to start the construction of a ship of the line. Once this clipper has been finished, yeah, our first ship of the line, that is a tier 3 ship, is coming out. It's still a tier 2 ship technically because it's a sailing ship, but it is the most powerful sailing ship there is in the game until you unlock the battle cruisers. So it's going to last us for quite some time. And with the ship of the line, we do have then the option of finally starting conquering other islands, which I definitely have on my radar for the furs. I will also need to up my flour production, so let's build the 3rd flour mill. With that, we can also afford, yeah, one more bakery. At least 2 bakeries we can afford, but 1 should be fine. And with that, we have enough then, once again, to upgrade a few more people. However, yeah, workers right now don't want to upgrade. There was a shortage of sausages. We could upgrade a few more farmers. Just barely really to get a few more taxpayers out there. The expedition, meanwhile, requires another attention. Sunstruck, vampirical injuries, and we could use schnapps to identify the cause of pain. Let's do this. And looks like your doctor did this homework. That was successful. The treatment is simple. Enjoy a little break away from the sunlight. I do not want to be idle. Let's also build us, let's actually also settle on another island. By the way, this is something I need to check real quick. That was just a pirate passing by. This is a bit more problematic though. As we can see, a gunboat is attacking my harbor area. I don't know why it's doing it. It's a rather futile endeavor. Let's use my seahorse clipper here to pass this island here. And yeah, settle on that big island that is still unsettled so far. I wonder what Miss Hunt is actually doing, but this is a very precious island when it comes to fur, grape and also iron deposits. No one has taken it so far. I will not be able to defend it properly, but for now we can take it, as I don't think there's any bigger attack coming in anytime soon. And perhaps we actually get it. The only thing we lose is some planks and steel beams. Meanwhile, the ship of the line is on its way. In 7 minutes, we are going to have it finished. Let's also build us another clipper. Now it's tight space-wise here, but we can still make this work. We do have the fields here, right? We do have a marketplace here, so that means I will be able to kind of like squeeze in a few more people over in this region. And let's just try this. I think there is a full block possible here. Yes. Of farmers. I mean, to me, it makes sense to have these farmers here, right? Because there's the fields and they just go to work there. And I can also use a few more here. We probably will have to delete them at some point again, but for now this can work. However, of course, we are totally limited now by space in our main island. Here I would like to keep the space available. Now we still have the planks, the timber. My trade ship, however, is delivering timber already from Swanell, and that means that I probably will be able to now get rid of them, at least of another lumberjack hut and sawmill, getting me a bit more space again here. Perfect. All the way to the mountain. Now this area is still available to us. There is a lumberjack hut there, right? But we do have a bit of space over here that I can definitely use. So let's go ahead and start building us some blocks here as well. Let's not get too close to it. With that, we still have 100% effectiveness on the lumberjack hut because it's boosted. However, let's be honest, it's not serving any other purposes anymore. Unfortunately, because of the oil springs, we are having a bit of problem here with the layout, but we can still make this work. Also in Swanell, I think we should have now the work cloth in. There it is, and we can enable it for my jolly good farmers. Let's also finish another block here. Having a few more farmers enables me to upgrade a few more of them to workers. In the meantime, also my seahorse clipper arrived. And let's just try... we could actually build us another city here. Let's get it to this beach there, though it is, of course, leading to more... Actually, let's build it here. I think it's better because it is a shorter distance than to my city. Expedition requires my attention once more. Jolly Roger, pirates are attacking. We do have a frigate and can defend ourselves just fine. Let's go into attack position. The turn is not sharp enough. There was nothing wrong with the idea, but whatever tactical advantage your ship may have had, it's lost with the rather cautious turning circle it plots. And position for attack anyway. This gives me another 10% chance. And you make the best of a poor situation and fire. And this was actually successful. After a long exchange, the pirates are sunk. We do find some copper. However, I think I do not have space for copper. So let's just throw it away again. It is worthless to us anyway. Meanwhile, I've settled on the new island. We can have a proper road out there. We probably will just still build a smaller city than here if I like to. And with that, we have secured us the fur abundance. However, that's it for now. Another quest from Archibald Blake. This time it's a destruction quest, so there will be some fighting involved. We can accept, of course, there is no downside really if we lose. However, we need to destroy 2 frigates for this, and both of them are over there. So this is something that I will definitely not be able to do so easily, and will probably just postpone for now. However, my ship of the line is coming out soon, and we might have a chance at this. Meanwhile, in Swanell, we have the work cloth in, and people are ready to upgrade. And with that, we can also go ahead and get us some workers in Swanell. There you go. Reaching port town levels with that, and also new heights in my tax income. Almost 2,000 at the moment. With the increased consumption rate, or, well, construction rate, I should also look out for a bit more wood income. So let's build us the remaining sawmills. And there it is, also my first ship of the line. Now, that is some proper fighting force that we have now, and with that I can feel secure for quite some time. Once again, I would like to honor one of my Patreon supporters with that. Marlene, you have the honor of being the first ship of the line. May your reign be long. Usually it's not. In Scanlon, I would also like to continue with the upgrading. We have a lot of farmers at the moment available, and also a lot of building materials to upgrade more artisans. And that's exactly what I would like to do right here in the inner city. Why does my taxes not go up though? Oh, wait a second. I think the... Yeah, Marlene is costing me 250 credits. So we were actually at 2,000, but now we're below it again for a while. One big advantage that we have right now is that the AIs are also at war with each other. As we can see here, Alonso is attacking the Admiral. They don't like each other so much, and that is why their attention is not really fully on us. It's also time to see that ship of the line in action, as there is a pirate coming closer.
Ship of the line reporting in.
Stay good. Leave the evil to me.
Having now workers in Swanell makes it possible to build as a coal mine. Over here we have that coal deposit. Let's build as a warehouse close by and go into this one here, coal mine. There it is, 50 workers it requires, and it's producing 4 tons of coal. That is twice as much as the charcoal burners. Let's go ahead and build us that very first sexy mine. However, unfortunately, we only have 1 coal deposit available. We have in Jensen a bit more coal. We have a lot of workforce here still available, so I might consider upgrading someone. Unfortunately, here on this small island, we don't have anything coal-wise, so it might actually be the only coal deposits. There is still an unsettled island, albeit a small one with coal. However, no way at the moment of getting workforce over there, so no can do. Once again, the expedition requires our attention. And the dynamite tree, the ominous black spikes that covered the tree's trunk were far from the only danger it posed to the crew, as they were carefully circling around it. Rapidly remove the shards on the spot, or no, let's do this because I don't want to use building materials. And we can also finish the surgery to remove the tree. Unfortunately, this was not successful and we do lose some morale. However, I think it's over now anyway, and we should actually arrive at the New World, which we are exactly at this very moment. Expedition successful, New World region discovered, and with that a whole bunch of new islands available for us for the taking with rum, cotton and plunder. However, of course, also AI opponents that might destroy us, so we need to be very careful now in this region. And we continue onwards here in the next episode. Stay tuned.